Hey folks, welcome to, well, Saturday afternoon videos, I guess you could say. But anyway, I want to welcome you to Bartle Hall here. We are going to have a interview here with Shelby Manthe, who is the president of C.A.R.B, which is, of course, the Central Auto Racing Boosters. And Shelby, I might just say it's a real pleasure, and I'm really glad that the club decided to do this year. It's First of all, it seems between this and the parade, Snake Saturday Parade that they have in North Kansas City, this kind of kicks off the racing season here in Kansas City. So I guess we are officially underway, even though they've already raced down at Humboldt last night. But anyway, I'm just glad the club decided to come down and be in the show.
Yep, absolutely. When we got the chance and knew that they were going to move it back a little bit, we wanted to at least be here to show the support for the local racing. And we had 8 drivers that were able to put their cars in. We have 3 of the wingless sprint cars from MWRA, vintage. We have 3 stock cars and a modified.
All right, well, a little smaller group than usual, but a lot of people, I think because they probably moved the date back, it probably affected a lot of people in that it was just too close to race season and they were trying to get their cars ready. I know I tried to get some people lined up Thursday for the show, and they said, hey, working on the car. Can't do that. But anyway, just kind of give us an idea, if you can. I know we've got a bunch of literature that you've got spread out on the tables here, but kind of give us a little idea of some of the activities and whatever that C.A.R.B will be involved in this year. Plus, I think you picked up Nevada Speedway as another speedway this year for to be a C.A.R.B member. But if you can, and just kind of run through it and let us know, like I say, what C.A.R.B is going to be doing this year.
Sure. So we are going to have 2 C.A.R.B nights at I-35 and 2 C.A.R.B nights at Valley Speedway. Nevada showed interest. The general membership meeting is tomorrow from 1 to 3 p.m. We're going to ask the general membership for their approval, of course. But once we do that, they already have a date set. They're ready for it. So July 10th, they're really excited. Got some new owners down there. So leasing it, yeah.
Jerry
Davis, I believe. Davis, yes.
Yes, Jerry Davis.
So, but we're really excited to have their interest and to be able to promote them as a C.A.R.B track as well. We're working with Midwest Wingless Racing Association. We just want to promote any local racing that we have right now. We had a really rough year last year. We didn't get to do the Snake Saturday Parade, the bowling tournament. I mean, there's just so many annual events that were affected by the COVID situation last year, and we're hoping as things, the restrictions release, and then Snake Saturday is postponed until October 20th this year, but C.A.R.B will still participate. We're still going to do our annual float like we always do. But yeah, World of Wheels this year really has kicked it off for us. We're just excited. We're going to have just to be able to support the drivers, the fans, the crew, the sponsors, anybody that has a hand in racing. We're just going to show that support this year. And this weekend we're actually running a special, if you will. If you get an adult membership, new or renewal, we got Kids Club that we're trying to get going, the youth. They do Pinewood Derby racing, so they'll be racing their Derby cars that they get, and they get to build them however they want and design them. So they'll be racing those on our C.A.R.B nights at these tracks. So getting our kids involved in racing, and my daughter loves it, and Bob's granddaughter. We just have so many people that have been, just involved in the organization and just step up this year to lend us a hand, and we really appreciate it because it has been tough on everybody.
Yeah. It was quite a year considering, what was going on. Why I think racing provided a real opportunity for people to be able to get out of the house. I think this is probably going to be the 20th time I've said this, but it was, I think, just about the only sport where you could actually go and watch the activities happen in front of you, not on TV or pay-per-view or whatever, but and racing provided that for a lot of people this summer, and I think attendance was actually up. because it was the only thing available for people to do. And I think the tracks enjoyed a pretty good year as far attendance-wise and whatever. But just what it provided for the people, like I say, to have that opportunity. I mean, you talk about going crazy, just sitting around at the house. But
Oh yeah.
Just a great thing, I think, for people in general to be able to go out and do that. And maybe we picked up some new fans. Who knows?
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah. I hope so. I mean, we really this year. I mean, we're just really looking forward to being more in the public. You know, that's what we're here for, and without doing that, so it makes it a little hard to do what we were here for. So we just wanted to make sure that all of our drivers and everybody just know that we're still here. We're still a boosters club. No matter where you're racing, C.A.R.B track or not, you know, we're here to protect those drivers. Heaven forbid something happen on the track, we help you out. You know, it's an unfortunate situation, so and we all know the risks with it, and we love it anyway. So, but that's what we're here for, you know.
Absolutely. That's, like you say, just one of the small things about C.A.R.B is providing that to the local drivers. And let's face it, probably hardly any of these guys are going to make money racing. I mean, the driver from Topeka that won 28 features. Now, I think he told me that they did win something like $30,000 for those 28 features, but a couple of them paid $5,000. Stephen Bowers Jr. But that is way more the exception than what it is the norm.
Right.
And they're hobby racers.
Yeah.
And, you know, when you get hurt like that, man, I mean, that stops everything, income of all kind and whatever. And for C.A.R.B to be able to help them out, that's a tremendous thing. But like I say, a lot of brochures and stuff here on the table, entry forms. I just see stuff. You got 3 tables, and I think every one of them's got something on them. Why don't you kind of run us through it and see what we got? If people want to come down to the show, this is just some of what you can pick up down here, folks, if you just stop by the C.A.R.B booth. Now, if you come in probably the main entrance, it's quite a ways probably down here, because we are right down by the south dock doors. And if you've ever been here before, it's just about where Valley Speedway used to have their booth. So just to give you a point of information on how to find it. But that's where they are. But anyway, Shelby, tell us about what you got here.
Well, over here we have our general membership, the adult membership. So you join, we have our bylaws here. We have some membership benefits. So, you know, like the drivers get a little, you know, the support. We help them out if something happens. Well, all our other members we wanted to do something for too. And this started a few years ago when Sean Burns was president. So, you know, Schweitzer Performance, $24.99 on 5-quart oil change. You know, Pit Stop Catering, 10% off of their catering. We have wrap companies that will, you know, the racers can get a little discount from. So just certain things like that come with your membership. So you can pick up any information about that down here. We have a table next to us. We got any of our drivers here. They bring...
It was that Cody?
Yeah, Cody Owenberg. We got Mike Richardson. Sean Burns, Mark Lane. So these are just some of the drivers that have brought down some cards. But it's just good for the kids, fans, anybody. Come pick one up, interact. Every once in a while the drivers drop by and they'll sit over there and you know, sign some autographs. We got some stickers down there for the kids and coloring sheets, crayons, you know, just little stuff like that they can grab. It's always cool that a lot of the kids are like, ooh, what can I get? So,
well, I saw candy down there too.
Yeah, they like candy. So, but yeah, it's just a little bit of stuff we do. We got the kids club form here. Like I said, with an adult membership, this weekend only, you'll get it. It's usually $10. It comes with a Pinewood Derby car. We do pizza parties each year. We do kickoff parties. If you have any questions, we'll help you with learning how to build your Derby car. It's just some family fun, you know, they can get together and create their own car. My daughter's made like 3. So she just loves it. It's like everyone is different. Yeah. But, yeah, and you can come pick out, we got Valley's schedule here, Nevada, their schedule's available, as well as I-35's. You guys can come check it out and see what nights they're racing and their specials and whatever they're running their weekly series, you know, on. But we have all that available for everybody, and if you're a member, we got our newsletter that goes out monthly. Yeah. And we have that here for you too, see what the club's been doing. So,
absolutely, just like I say, one of the great things that C.A.R.B is so good about is informing people and getting them to know what's going on. I know what that's like. It's a full-time job to try and do that for so many tracks. But anyway, and I'm just really glad to see Nevada come on board, even though I think for me it's like an hour and a half drive.
They're 95 miles from Kansas City City Hall, so that is where, and a couple years ago it got up to 125 miles. So we're able to welcome some of these other tracks. I know we're working with Knoxville. We used to go down there on a C.A.R.B night. They'd welcome us. We'd take a bus up there. We just got an email from him, and he said he would love us. So we're going to work with him and get Mr. Bob Baker to give us a good date, and we're going to take some C.A.R.B members down there.
I was thinking that was it the Harris Clash they used to go to, or
it was, and I think this year they have the late model nationals. So we were supposed to go down last year, but it got canceled. So
I think I'd actually signed up for that one last year. Oh well, maybe this year we'll get it done.
This year we will, and
I could hardly wait for that bus ride up there. I'm almost be afraid to take my camera out.
Yeah, there you go. You'd probably get some good shots on everybody. You might have some blackmail or something, but we also have MWRA down here. They got 3 sprint cars. He's got his Rookie of the Year here. His champion here, Wyatt Burks. He's here. Chad Freewalt has his car here as well. Which huge shout out to him. He is letting C.A.R.B use Extreme Colors for general membership meetings, anything like that. He's really stepped up, and that's awesome. To have that support, because everybody wants to meet in person, so we've been meeting virtually. Because nothing's open public. So when Chad offered that us, it was a blessing. So Sunday 1 to 3. It's the first general membership meeting since last year. So
okay, I'll tell you what, and Bob, I don't know if you can or not. Whether if we split apart a little bit, could you pan up and show the car, and we'll talk about your car here.
Sure.
A little bit, because I think you're going to be back into it full time this year. And
yeah, I will not be racing it full time myself. We have our Friday night driver, Mike Richardson. He's coming back for us, and then we're going to have
Skip's boy, right?
Yes, that's Skip Richardson's son. So that's, I watched him race. He was my favorite driver. Of course, we were always working on his car and stuff, and I was over visiting Skip one day, and he said, well, Mike's getting the racing itch. And I said, well, I hurt my back. I'm going to call him. So he's been doing really good. He's learned the car. He didn't race for 15 or 20 years. So it's good to see him. He progresses weekly. And last year we almost won a couple races. So, and then this year, Sean Burns will be driving for us on Saturday nights. He's gonna race a little I-35. You'll see us at 71 and maybe US 36. So he's, we got some good sponsors on the car this year.
Boy, that's a big shoe there. That guy, I forget, he's been up there in total wins for the last couple of years in the E-mods. So that'll be interesting. Now, this is a B-mod, though, right?
This is an E-mod, actually. It was a B-mod. We converted it to an E-mod when Mike took over. Okay. Just wanted to make, he hadn't raced in 20 years, so,
break him in easy.
That's all right. Can't throw him to the wolves, even though my dad did that to me. So.
Okay. Anyway, I wanted you to tell us. I just love for people to know. Tell us a little bit about the chassis, maybe your shock package, and who's building the motors. I think your dad's pretty heavily involved in some or all of that.
Yeah, he is. So my dad used to build our engines. He still does, but this year we're going to have a Man-Speed Specialty engine underneath there. The shock package and everything. I can't give you away all my secrets, but Dad might be mad at me. But no, we got some Landrum springs on there this year. We've done a lot of work to the car, especially with 2 drivers. You got to accommodate both of them. What one likes, the other might not like. So, and we're just here to have fun, And last year was great, and this year, they're good buddies, and we're just looking for a good year. Hopefully we'll get some wins because Mike's doing good. He was knocking on the door we almost won twice last year, and then Sean doesn't strap in a car not wanting to win. So hopefully we'll have some good runs this year,
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Is that a multiple size seat, I hope?
No, they actually use the same seat. Believe it or not. I think Mike's a little taller, but no, they're going to use the same seat, just different setups.
Yeah. I was going to say Mike could probably use a little padding or something.
We don't have to squeeze it, keep him in there. He's like a toothpick,
Sean will love that.
No, but they're both really good drivers, and we're blessed to have them on the team. We really are. We're looking forward to this year.
Yeah. I would imagine, like I say, that's a couple pretty good shoes there.
Yeah,
like you say, Sean's not going to get in there without planning to win some way. But
Sean has 32 feature wins in his career, and the last few years he's just been knocking them down.
Yeah.
And I can't say more how proud I am of Mike for how far he has come. He said, I don't know about dirt, but I'll try it. And then he started, liking it more and more. Although if we gave him an asphalt car, he'd be like, oh yeah. But
there's no place around here to run them.
Exactly. You got to travel a little while to get to. That's right. So we're just here to get our sponsors out there and we just have fun. That's
since you mentioned that, tell us who the sponsors are.
We have Valvoline, Marwin Sports. They're a new one this year, along with AFI, Alternative Fuel. And then we have Pit Stop Catering. We have HBJ Chassis. They're doing our chassis work again this year. I got Farmers. I got Wiggs Derby Parts. He's out of Lawrence, Kansas. So if any of them Lakeside guys use Derby parts when they're out there, he's the guy to hit up. I got Toner's Jewelers, Go Parts. Wholesale Batteries hooked us up with a good battery this year. I got my good friends at Hillcrest Wreckers. They're in Lawrence. They're a tow company. Multi-Fire, Mass, Al's Bar and Grill. And I think that basically wraps it up. And Carrie and Skip helped us out, so I want to thank them a lot. But we got some good ones this year, and we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, folks, that's just a few things that's happening right here at the C.A.R.B booth. And how many cars you got right here? What is you say 5 or 6 right here?
Well, we have 8 over here, and then down here you can find, Shawnee Lanning's got her car here. Ron Hill has one of his cars with us, and the other one down there. Michael Knight's down there. I think it's Cameron Cooper, I believe, has got a late model over here. It's really nice. But there's a few race cars down here and all your hot rods. So it's a good time. Bring the family out and walk around. Get some freebies and have a good time. See some cool race cars.
The only thing I forgot, Shelby, is this isn't going to show till next Thursday.
That's all right. Hey, that's okay. That's all right. But hopefully we'll get to see a lot of people down here, and it's a good way. A lot of the drivers have enjoyed this weekend interacting with fans, and we watched some guy try and get in White sprint car today. That was funny. He got in, but he said he needed a crane to get out.
I did that last year. I can't remember whose car I sat in, but for an old guy in particular, there's a lot of bends and whatever that you got to go through to get in there. But anyway, I think that's going to wrap this up here at the C.A.R.B booth here at the World of Wheels this year for 2021. Shelby, thanks a lot for sitting down and talking with us. I think it's been pretty informational, and if nothing else, they'll know about some of the stuff the C.A.R.B is going to be involved in this year, so we can kind of go with that. But man, thanks a lot, and tell you what, let's just enjoy the show.
Yep, thank you very much. I really appreciate you coming down. We love having you.
Yeah, I'm loving that plaque you gave me. I don't know if you noticed or not, but
hopefully you found a good spot for it.
I hung it up on the background. It's been up there ever since you give it.
That's awesome. That's great.
All right, well, folks, that's going to do it from C.A.R.B. We'll check in here with some other people here at the World of Wheels.